Welcome back down here at the bar. We're just having our little warm-up finish up.
Did you start without me again?
Wait for you to drink and while I can do the introduction. So welcome back down here to the bar to our Sweet 16 round one matchup number 6.
6 already.
6 already in the books. So that's what we got going on tonight. And I think Keith said he's going to pick first, so I'm going to go in the other room. We both decided what we're going to pick already, so
yeah, we did.
It's going to be quick and easy. We're going to try to keep these right under 20. Every single one's been under 20, so we'll keep it going right with that nice pace.
Nice.
Buffalo Water's out. And you can explain to the folks.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to go pick, for the first matchup, I'm going to go pick 2 bottles. I'm going to show you what they are, pour them in, and then put the bottles back. And then as soon as Ben gets back, I'll switch, and he'll pick mine out. And then so we don't know what bottles we're even getting. So it's a true blind with that. So I'm going to go grab the bottles that I've chosen for Ben today. So my bottle A for Ben today is this here. I'm going to measure these out. Where are the blue shop towels at, bud? Okay. Make sure this is A. And then, unlike last time, I'm going to clean these out. If I find some... Oh, I got them. They were with the Bookers. Sorry, I'm slow with this, Ben. And then our bottle B for Ben is here. And I'll wipe this out for you so you got it fresh. I don't have a cheat sheet, though. I got to find me a cheat sheet to write this down. I found it. So I'm going to write this down because I always forget what I give Ben. And then make sure I flip it over. All right, good. So Ben's going to come back, and then he's going to pour mine, and we'll go from there.
Ready, steady?
Yes, sir.
Okey-doke. All right. Very nice, very nice. Which pour did you use? The gold one or the bronze one?
The one closest to you.
Okay. Did you fill to the first line?
I filled up the small line.
Okay. Going heavy today, guys.
We're going heavy, guys.
We're going heavy. So this will be our A bottle. A bottle, B bottle. Not too fancy with any of this. He said he filled the small end. We're going 3/4 pours today, folks. Make this up as we go.
You didn't tell him what our warm-up was.
So the warm-up tonight, thank you, Keith, from the other room. Warm-up tonight was our WB Schaeffel, which is a kind of throwback old school by the Whiskey Barons collection, I believe. Wild Turkey Distillate, which is pretty neat. Coming in at 170 proof for this one, or 107. 107. Sorry, misspoke. 107 proof. Really good pour. A lot of traditional turkey flavor. The only thing I didn't get was a lot of turkey spice with it. But it does come at a pretty decent price tag. That one I got for $40 for the 375. But Now it is upwards of 52 was the last time I saw it in the store for a 375. So it equates out to about 104 plus tax, for your offering. So yeah, I don't know if it's quite worth it anymore. It's decent pour, but at that price point, maybe not. So 1 second, Keither.
I'm not paying that much for that.
All right, you're ready to rock.
Cool.
All right, so yeah, so the Schaefel's a decent pour. I'm not complaining about it at all. The price point, I didn't mind them when it was 40 to have it on the shelf. This is my first of my own that I've cracked. I've had several. Nice cork pop.
Yeah,
I've had several of the Bond and Lillards. That's actually one of the little light ups over here on the side of the bar is a Bond and Lillard with fairy lights in it.
You done with that? Need some
Yeah.
Buffalo water?
Buffalo water's fine. Yep. So that was our warm up tonight. Was the Schaefel 375, which it's very easy to kill one of these 375s in a night. So you gotta be careful if you got a buddy with you.
It was good though. I mean, typical turkey flavor on that. I enjoyed it.
Not as much spice, maybe.
No,
More
but
proof
would I pay $100 for that bottle? No, I would not.
for a 750.
For a $750, no, I would not.
So that's a tough thing. It's a good pour, but it's
Yeah.
not as good of a pour.
No.
Be a little let down.
It reminded me of like a single barrel.
Yeah.
Russell's.
Yeah, it could fit
That's what
into
mine
a
had.
really good profile.
Yeah.
But you can get a full 750 for $62.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna go left or right.
Okay, I'm gonna go right to left.
Right, come on.
I want
Just gonna mix it up a little.
I want this darker one first.
That one's pretty dark, huh?
Looks pretty dark. Definitely compare.
Oh, I need
the
a
two.
sip of the Buffalo water.
Compare of the two.
Oh,
I mean, it is night and day.
Yeah.
Let me put them over here in the light so you guys can see them. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's much different.
So what about mine here? Pretty similar, honestly.
Maybe a little darker in the right glass, maybe.
Get to a non-colorblind person. Yep.
Okay, I'm going on the first one.
Not much going on with this. Maybe my nose is messed up today, but
Well, we have been kind of damp lately.
yeah, a little hint of sweet. But I really got to put my face in it to get a good nose on
Yeah,
it.
me too. I'm getting a real sweet smell.
Not ethanol-y though. Like it's a pleasant nose. Maybe a little bit of like
I'm getting like
sweet
caramel.
fruit.
Nice caramel on this one. Like a caramel. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe almost a little bit of that nutmeg, that fall-y kind of nutmeg.
Okay.
Which is weird. I usually don't get that. Maybe it's because I've been making fall cocktails lately.
All right, I'm going in.
Going in for it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to you folks home.
Easy going.
Man, look how oily that is.
Yeah, it's really well.
Wow, look at that.
I don't
And I
know.
know that's really hard for you guys to see,
It's very oily.
but that is like not even running.
No, it's stuck on the glass.
It's stuck on the side of the
Yeah.
glass.
Man, I don't know what you poured me. It has really good flavor. It's sweet. That same sweet nose I got is there.
This is delicious too.
It's
This is nice. This is like a nice cherry.
This one is
Like
like
a chocolate, kind of like a chocolate caramel cherry. It's very delicious.
I shouldn't say it's good because all these are good.
This
But-
is scrumptious. This is better than the Schaefel. Whatever it is, I would prefer this over the Schaefel.
This one has like a slight spice, but more sweet than spice.
Okay.
Maybe just a tinge, like a little bit of molasses sweet, but more like a fruity sweet to me today.
Okay.
One note ish, not a lot of complexity.
Mhm.
I would say that's going to be around the 100 proof or lower.
Okay.
I do like the sweetness in it. Very little spice, just a little bit of tongue tingle there. But
Yeah, and again, we warmed
Pretty
up with a
good.
nice 107.
yeah,
That's a very good pour.
whatever that is, I really like it like that.
I mean, again, these are our top 16
So they
combined
better
for
be
the year,
damn
so
good.
They're all going to be decent, but this is better than the Schaefel. And I'm going to leave a little bit in that glass. I want to
Yeah.
go back to it, but I'm going to leave a little bit in that glass.
So my second glass here, I'm getting a little bit more like a earthy, oaky nose to it, not sweetness. Definitely more of that like barrel smell, woody smell.
See, this one comes out with the fruit.
Okay.
I get fruit on this one. apple. I mean, I get apple on a lot of them.
You do, which I do not. I get more like the molasses.
Like green apples.
Okay.
Like not red apples.
Right. Yeah, this one I'm getting really woody.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep. All right, I'm going in. Wow. A lot more bite on that one. A little bit more spice. But that oakiness, that woodiness goes right to the flavor too.
Ooh, I can't even take a sip of water. I'm gonna let this one enjoy a little bit. That is very good pour. Both of these are very good pours. I would say depending on your day and your feel.
Okay.
I could see either one of these being a very good pour, something you'd pour for a friend.
Sure.
I almost get like an apple grape with this, and it's very nice, very unique. Kind of on the flavor feel for that one. So I get a lot of fruit here, and I get a lot of that baking kind of sweetness, caramels, and that kind of flavor with this one. More
different type of sweet.
Yeah, deeper, darker sweets.
Yep.
Fruity, lighter sweets.
So this one,
and I think it's also proof related. I think this is 100 max. This is probably 105 plus. I would say.
Gotcha. This one, my second one is definitely hotter.
Okay.
I would say I'm gonna say it's definitely way past 100.
Okay.
Getting a little bit more of that tongue tingle. A little bit more complexity. I get like the woodiness up front and like a sweetness on the back end, but a lot more complexity than the first one to me today. But I'm definitely getting a lot of like the barrel woodiness from the second one, and like very, very little sweetness.
A lot of barrel influence in it.
Yeah, for me. So I'm thinking, and my tongue is still tingling on this one. But it is tasty.
So you think it's hotter than the Schäfel?
Yeah, I would say like 110 plus if I were to guess.
Gotcha.
It's not, but the complexity isn't there, so I don't think it's like super, super hot. But honestly, like I'm having a hard time between these two because they're both phenomenal. They're a different kind of good though. Like my first one was kind of the more the sweet, like I like, versus like the woodiness of the second one.
And the complexity,
Yeah.
maybe it's more age, you know, more proof, so it's not as watered down.
Right.
I mean, it's all, and this is all subjective and dependent, and we could have the same matchup tomorrow and pick different winners.
Absolutely.
You know, it's kind of what you're feeling that day.
Yeah.
You know, all the conditions above with it, but yeah, this is just a very nice, sweet, light sipping. Somebody that's making a transition from wines or something, maybe. I think this could be right up your alley.
Easy going.
Very easy going. Is the price point going to be reflective of that? It's tough to say sometimes. Sometimes you get really good bourbon at a good price.
Right. This one's probably the most, out of the matchups we've done in the first round, this is probably the most challenging for me today.
To pick one?
Yep. Like lately I've had clear-cut winners. No questions. Pretty simple for me to decide. This one, a little bit harder.
A little bit more grape that second time around, but that apple undertone's still there with it. And I do enjoy that. That's a very nice pour, very easygoing pour. One that you would pour for somebody that might be new to bourbon.
Yep.
Nice, easy. It's under 100. I guarantee that it's under 100.
Okay.
And it has a very nice linger for under 100 too. Like a flavor linger, not a proof linger, but a flavor linger.
Knowing what that is, I'm not surprised by anything you're saying.
No.
This is kind of
a guess.
This is also the fun part of this is I know what it is. He knows what mine are. So when he's explaining these things, I mean, like, okay, that's kind of what
kind of tracks.
That kind of tracks with how things have, you know, as we did the fresh crack and our views on these when we did the fresh crack. It's cool to see consistency, right? Especially for me because I'm so new to this.
Yeah.
That I kind of recognize those notes, those flavors, the proof, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
For me today, I'm feeling the proof.
Okay.
I'm gonna like as I sip more on this.
Is it opening up a little bit?
It's
more
opening up, but the proof is there. I'm gonna say this is 110 plus, easy.
Okay.
The complexity's there. That woodiness is up front. Like I said, I like the sweetness on the back end, but I like the kind of that bourbon hug, that warmness it gives you. But we talk about all the time the complexity. So for me, my second glass, which is my B glass, I'm going to put first. So my B glass is going to be first. And that's just what I'm feeling today.
If this had more depth today,
Mhm.
more different, like evolving flavor with it.
Yep.
It has a very good linger, and I do really like that, and I think that's the proof, really lingering and holding that true.
Yep.
This has the same linger, but that little bit of extra complexity twist to it.
Okay.
This is very good, very pronounced good notes of almost
So is this your A?
like a caramely kind of cowtaily kind
Yep.
of flavor.
Yeah.
With this one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Candy
it's just
sweet.
it's like a candied, like a baking sweet or
Yeah,
something like
sure.
that.
Yep.
And that has a very good rich, and I do love that. So after dinner, I think this would be a killer.
Yep.
Sitting around outside,
Next to the fire, chilling.
Yeah, this would be a good one for that too.
All right.
A s'mores doing.
So here's the question that I always like to ask Ben.
Mm-hmm.
What are they?
I have one guess on this, and I don't know the matchup. I didn't look at it. I think this might be a Bowman.
Okay.
I don't even know what's on the 16 for against the Bowman right off without looking.
It's okay.
It's
all right.
If that is the Bowman, but again, I think this could go. I would say almost Craig-like, because I don't get as much of the Knob Creek, maybe a little bit nuttiness sometimes, but this could also be like something like a Tin Woodsman.
So I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
That's the John Jay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Craig Barrel Proof.
Is it?
So you hit it absolutely perfect. He got both of them, and he didn't even remember what the Bowman was going against.
And the Bowman was my winner. That's why I started with the A glass, because that had that good familiarity track. That single barrel Bowman that we had was such a good bottle.
It's a great bottle.
And I tried the other one the other night when my buddy Kyle was over here.
The other single barrel we had.
The other single barrel.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's good. It's a good bottle. That's a great bottle.
Yeah, it's exceptional.
In my opinion. Yeah. So the Bowman is going to move on for me.
Cool.
And I'm pretty stoked that I got both of them.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So
that's awesome.
But this is a great pour, and that's the
Craig Barrel Proof.
Kind of sad to see it go.
I know, me too, because that's a great bottle, and I knew that would be a good matchup.
So we would also be moving on the same one. You moved on the John Jay over the Craig Barrel Proof as well.
Yep. Okay.
In your bracket. So do you want me to tell you your winner?
I don't have a guess, because
I'm gonna pull the bottle.
I don't even.
I want to see the look on your face.
I don't even remember what's left. No, I mean, I don't remember what's left on my bracket for me personally.
Here's your winner.
Ooh, Southern Star.
Knocked out.
The cast strength.
Knocked out.
Russell's 10. Son of a gun.
You can put her back on the shelf, because we both knocked out the 10.
So my go-to daily driver, my Russell's 10, gets knocked out by the Southern Star, which, when we did the fresh crack, I wasn't a huge fan of the Southern Star. Mm-hmm. But it is a cast strength. It's 111.5, so I said 110 plus.
You were right, dude. You were right on with everything tonight.
So I was right there.
You said 100 or under for the other one, which was right on.
Yeah.
Those 10s are at 90.
Not to say the 10 wasn't good. It was great, but I really liked that additional complexity of the Southern Star. So my B glass.
Yeah.
So
we've talked about that too, where because of some of these matchups, because we did them 100% blind,
have no idea.
Seating.
Yeah.
There was a lot of mismatch and proof.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't match up similar proofs, or
which is fine.
I thought it would be cool to do the knobs against the knobs first round too, which that would be really cool to put two knob single barrels. Which actually, speaking of that, when we're recording this episode, tomorrow Jake's going to do a price check, because the liquor cabinet up in Williamson is releasing their store pick.
So you're going to Williamson tomorrow.
Jake said he's going to pick me one up, because I might hunt tomorrow. It depends on the price. I want to see what they price them out.
All right, so we
love knob single barrels.
Single barrels,
very good.
If you can find a knob single barrel store pick, just go buy it.
Yep, and see if the store will actually. This is a very good tip too. If you're doing a store pick bottle,
Yep.
See if they have. Usually they have an open sampler behind the counter
Yep.
that you might be able to
We
sample
saw
out
this
of
on
and try it.
TikTok.
Exactly. So try it before you buy it, or find a buddy and try it before you buy it.
Because that has a lot of weight. Because like some of them aren't. You may not jive with that flavor profile for that specific barrel. So it's
or
worth
that selection of it. Yep.
Yeah, it's worth asking. And some might not. But like I have a single barrel of Russell's, which I love Russell's, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Then we do other single barrels that I love. So.
And that's the beauty of a single barrel, and that's what's true with this Southern Star one too. Is it's a single barrel offering. So, and there was only one of these. This was that gem find up at Old Forge.
Oh, you got an Old Forge.
This was the one I bought, an Old Forge that was sitting up there, and I was looking on the shelf. They had Jack Jim, all that other good stuff like you always see on the shelves. And this one was behind the counter with some other stuff.
Yeah,
and I was like, I didn't even know Southern Stars were distributed into New York.
Gotcha.
I still don't know if they are or not. I don't know how it showed up because I still haven't seen a Southern Star yet.
And then you saw a single barrel cast
strength, a single barrel cast strength weeder, and I'm like, we got to have one of them.
We just have to have one.
Come on.
So cool. I would have never guessed that. I think it's really cool you picked both your bottles.
Mm-hmm. And we actually moved on the same one. We both knocked out the Russell's 10. Which, did you get like a funky taste with that Russell's 10?
No,
I tried it the other night again, just for
I didn't. I didn't like you did. I didn't. So I've been drinking
apple note, dude.
I've been drinking Russell's 10 like the past week because Ben got me a new bottle at K&M.
Yeah,
so
hooked him up with some bottles from K&M.
So I love Russell's 10.
Yeah.
If I were to, if you were like, hey, you're gonna have one bottle the rest of your life, Russell's 10. That's it. So I really like that.
It's a good $40 bottle. It's an everyday bottle. It's on either one of our go-to stores, whether it's Ryan's or K&M. Depends on availability.
Yeah, you can find a lot of different places, and it's a. What's really cool about that too? It's 10 years old.
And
where else do you go? You get a 10-year-old bottle
for $40.
For $40.
Yeah.
That carries a lot of weight.
100% with the age, you get that depth of complexity to it.
Yep.
And I think because of the price of Wild Turkey 101 going up now, and you don't get as much spice, even though I have that decanter over there, the fancy decanter, hint, hint, is just Wild Turkey 101. If anybody ever wants the good stuff, I pulled a Crystal Decanter 101 out.
So it looks fancy.
This is good bourbon. And 101 is very good, and I love it. But 101 now is even to the point where it's $35, $36 to $7.50 around us. So you can get a Russell's 10-year age statement. I like it a little bit lighter on the proof.
Mm-hmm. It's 90, right?
Or I make that turkey tail with it.
Yeah.
The rare breed and the Russell's 10 50-50. That's a killer.
I need to try that.
Yeah, you could do that any day. I have some over there in the thing. I'll send home with you. So, but yeah. So long story short, Southern Star moves on for both of us in both of our brackets. And for me, the John Jay also moves on for both of our brackets. So
both of us are kind of tracking the same way there.
In those two, anyway, those two matchups. Cool. So, Not saying the Craig wasn't good. The Craig was really good, super good. I do love those Craig barrel proofs. I have a whole stack of them down there.
They're very good bottles. They're all good bottles.
That's what's tough about this is picking a this or that. Yep. Both of these I still think are going to score above a 7.5 for me out of 10 easily.
Cool. Sure.
So thank you all for tuning into this.
Thanks, guys.
If you do like this, let us know in the comments below. Give us that thumbs up. Really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Check out all of our videos. We do our live Wednesday Q&As. We're trying to figure out a new podcast platform so we can get on some of the major podcast networks because folks are wanting more ways to listen to us.
Yeah, sure.
So we're trying to help folks out with that. And we'll keep this Sweet 16 bracket rolling. 2 more matchups.
Go to next
And then
week.
we're into round 2.
I'm excited for round 2.
I'm ready for round 2, man.
All right.
I want to get through these episodes. So.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Catch you next time.